chosen one. When someone pushes beyond every boundary and ignores every warning, cosmic law responds with devastating precision, and your enemy just crossed that final line. Someone who has been targeting you is experiencing the beginning stages of their own spectacular downfall, triggered by the very malice they thought would destroy you. They didn't just want what you had, they wanted to become you, to steal your very essence and wear your destiny like stolen clothes. Don't take one more step, you told them. Don't come any closer. But your enemy looked at you with those malicious eyes, full of hatred and delusion, and started playing games, acted like stepping forward, then took a step back, then started that little dance of arrogance that proud people do right before the universe humbles them permanently. This wasn't just disobedience, this was theatrical mockery of divine authority. Your adversary wanted to show you who had all the power, wanted to intimidate you, wanted you to know that your warnings meant nothing to someone as superior as them. That little back and forth, that moment of taunting, that was pride before the fall in its purest, most concentrated form. You weren't warning them because you were afraid of what could be done to you. You were warning them because you could see something hidden from their vision. You had spiritual sight that revealed the trap waiting for anyone foolish enough to ignore cosmic law. You saw the void approaching, and your divine nature compelled you to offer one last chance at salvation. That chance was refused. Your compassion was seen as weakness. Your mercy was interpreted as fear. Your warning was dismissed as proof of victory. So the choice was made. The game stopped. Hatred replaced calculation, and the charge began like a predator going in for what seemed like the kill. That's when not just one more step was taken, but several steps. And that's when reality broke their delusion into a million pieces. And then something happened that will be discussed in spiritual circles for generations to come. The moment their foot should have touched solid ground, suddenly they began to twinkle their toes, pointed their feet, flexed their feet, pointed their feet, flexed their feet, then began to rotate their ankles in ways that should have been impossible. Wait a minute. Confusion replaced confidence. When I was running, my feet were flat on the ground. I couldn't do all this wiggling of my toes and rotating of my ankles. That's when they looked down and realized, uh-oh, the black void had claimed them. The very void you had been trying to warn them about. This moment, this precise crystalline moment, is where divine justice reveals its supernatural timing. It's not enough for the universe to simply stop someone who means you harm. Cosmic law requires full comprehension of the situation before consequences arrive. In that suspended moment, hanging in the void, perfect clarity was achieved. That void was always waiting. This trap wasn't set specifically because of pursuit of you. This trap existed because of who your enemy chose to become, someone driven by envy, so pure it became their entire identity. Now I need to reveal something that will free you from any guilt you might be carrying about this situation. Your enemy was destined for that void, long before ever setting sights on you. The universe doesn't create special punishments, it simply allows choices to lead to consequences that were always mathematically inevitable. This person had been making the same destructive choices for years, operating from envy, malice, and entitlement in every area of life. Ignoring warnings from other people, dismissing wisdom from those who cared, and convincing themselves that rules applying to everyone else somehow didn't apply to them. You just happened to be in their path when cosmic law finally said, enough. Your warning wasn't the cause of their fall, it was a final act of mercy before divine justice took its course. Whether you were listened to or not, their pattern of choices had already sealed the outcome. The void was waiting for someone with their exact spiritual signature. The revelation about this hidden audience is going to change everything you thought you knew about this situation. Some were there for entertainment, waiting to see cosmic justice in action. Others were there because secret hopes for your enemy's downfall had been harbored, and a few were there because quiet work had been done behind the scenes to ensure it happened. Behind the scenes, a whole crowd was watching your enemy charge toward destruction. The void was visible to them, your warnings were heard, the arrogant response was witnessed, and here's what's going to shock you. Entertainment was found in it, not in a cruel way, but in a cosmic justice way. Curiosity existed about what would happen when someone that prideful ignored warnings that were obvious. Some of these spectators were people who had tried to warn your enemy themselves. Things had been said like, "Leave them alone, you're playing with fire." This is not the battle you want to pick. But your enemy was so convinced of superior status that all warnings were dismissed as jealousy or fear. Your enemy had no idea so many people were watching. This was thought to be a private battle between you and them. No clue existed that behavior had drawn a crowd of witnesses who would remember this fall forever. When the fall finally happened, it wasn't just you who saw it occur. It was dozens of people who had been waiting for cosmic law to catch up with someone who had been getting away with toxic behavior for far too long. The fall became entertainment for the very people who were thought would celebrate victory over you. If this message activated your knowing, hype this video to connect with more chosen ones on this journey. Now let me reveal the real reason your enemy was so obsessed with destroying you. More than just your success, position, or opportunities was wanted. What was desired was far more sinister. A complete destiny swap was intended to be performed. The belief existed that if you could be eliminated from the equation, a slide right into your life could happen, and everything cosmically assigned to you could be claimed. This is why the attack felt so personal, so invasive, so violating. More than just what you had was being targeted, who you are was being pursued, your energy was studied, your mannerisms were analyzed, your way of moving through the world was examined. Your very essence was intended to be stolen and worn like a costume, while somehow convincing the universe to forget who the real chosen one was. Destiny cannot be stolen, because destiny isn't about external circumstances, it's about internal alignment. The blessings flowing toward you are attracted to your frequency, your character, your soul's resonance with divine purpose. Even if you had somehow been removed, what's meant for you still couldn't have been accessed. Right now, the current energy surrounding this entire situation is pure powerhouse status, cash flow, influence, supplier energy. This is exactly what your enemy saw that triggered complete mental breakdown with jealousy. This is why the charge toward you happened like a person possessed. Your stepping into power as a financial force was witnessed. Your emergence as a business powerhouse was observed. Your role as a supplier of solutions that people desperately needed was recognized. Some of you are in workplace situations where becoming a threat to insecure bosses or colleagues happened just by walking in and being authentic. Intimidation wasn't attempted. Showing up with that natural powerhouse energy that makes weak people feel exposed just happened. Your very presence announced that change was coming, and it couldn't be handled. Your enemy thought superiority to the program existed. Your rising influence was seen and decided it was a threat that needed elimination. Your powerhouse energy was looked at and convinced them it could be stolen, controlled, or destroyed. No idea existed that someone operating under divine protection was being observed, but another energy is present in this situation, someone laid back, kind, insightful. This could be you and how you're being perceived, or it could be a significant person coming into your life. Either way, the combination represents perfect balance, authentic power, and divine partnership. Fortune is spinning in your favor right now, and everybody knows it. This is a massive, chosen one. Your entire life is about to flip in the most spectacular way possible. If you're not in a relationship, the universe is preparing your perfect match. If you're building a business, ideal partners are being positioned. If you're developing gifts, the right opportunities are aligning. Your enemy saw all of this coming and thought a destiny swap could be performed. The belief existed that running toward you, pushing you out of position, and somehow tricking the universe into giving your blessings when the wheel turned could happen. Conviction was held that timing was everything, and if you could just be eliminated at the right moment, your cosmic appointment could be stolen. This is the level of delusion being dealt with, someone so disconnected from spiritual reality that outsmarting divine timing and hijacking someone else's destiny was thought possible. Your breakthrough was seen approaching like a freight train loaded with blessings, and instead of focusing on their own path, your derailment was decided upon. But fortune doesn't work that way. It responds to spiritual alignment, not physical positioning. It recognizes soul signatures, not geographical location. When your time comes, you're found wherever you are. When someone else's time comes, it can't be stolen by standing in your spot. While your enemy was busy plotting your destruction, party energy was happening behind the scenes. Celebration, friendship, community was building. Other people were watching this situation unfold, and entertainment was being found in it, not because cruelty existed, but because what your enemy couldn't see was visible. This was going to end very badly for the aggressor. Your enemy had unknowingly riled up a squad of observers. Some were rooting for you. Others were just curious to see if someone could really be arrogant enough to ignore obvious warnings and charge into obvious destruction. All of them were getting ready to witness cosmic justice in action. The most beautiful part, your enemy thought a private battle was being fought. No idea existed that an audience had been drawn that would witness spectacular fall and remember it forever. Focus was so intense on you that the crowd gathering to watch self-destruction couldn't be seen. When the fall into that void finally happened, it wasn't just you who saw it occur. It was a whole community of witnesses who would tell this story for years to come. The fall became a teaching moment about what happens when pride and envy override common sense and spiritual wisdom. On the high vibrational end, nostalgia and throwback energy exists. This entire situation is going to become something you look back on and laugh about. Right now you might be in the boiler room, feeling the heat, sweating from the intensity of this spiritual warfare. You're nervous because you can't see the void that your enemy is about to fall into. But I'm here to tell you that this is going to become a fond memory, a story you tell with amazement at how perfectly divine justice operates. You're going to laugh about how your enemy charged toward you like a cartoon character running off a cliff. You're going to marvel at that moment when hanging in mid-air occurred, suddenly able to wiggle toes and rotate ankles, finally realizing something was very wrong. Everyone saw this coming except them. So many people probably tried to warn them, but it was done anyway. You're going to tell people, write it down, take a picture, make a movie. This is going to be one for the books, a testimony that inspires others and demonstrates the reality of cosmic protection. The magazines of your memory will be filled with this story of divine vindication. You'll remember how scared you were, how intense it felt in the moment, and how perfectly everything worked out in the end. This experience is going to become proof that operation under supernatural protection is your reality. On the low vibrational end, shadow energy around perfect union exists. Your enemy wanted your bliss, whether that's business partnership, romantic fulfillment, family harmony, or all of the above. The joy coming into your life was seen and decision was made that it was deserved more by them. But in trying to steal your happiness, the complete opposite is about to be experienced. Instead of family support, discovery is coming about who was really in their corner versus who was just there for entertainment. Instead of fulfillment, the emptiness of getting exactly what choices earned is going to be experienced. Instead of harmony, the chaos of rebuilding entire life from fragments is going to be faced. The same people who were watching the attack on you for entertainment are going to find out about the fall, and suddenly the joke will be on them. The fulfillment that was thought could be stolen by eliminating you will remain forever out of reach, because fulfillment can't be stolen. It can only be earned through alignment with divine purpose. In the coming period, everything I've been telling you is going to be confirmed in the most spectacular way. Authentic authority is coming forward, the real deal, the genuine powerhouse, the true article. Your enemy was a counterfeit trying to take the place of the real thing. Now the fraud is being exposed, and you're stepping into your rightful position. Remember at the beginning when I told you about powerhouse energy? Someone was trying to take your place in that influential position. Well, the counterfeit is being removed and the authentic version you is being elevated. This represents mega success, provider energy, investor consciousness. This is you stepping fully into your financial authority. The ultimate outcome reveals itself: fame, shine, glow. This is why your enemy was targeting you in the first place. This level of recognition and success could be seen coming into your life, and it was wanted to be stolen. But you can't steal someone's shine. You can only develop your own. But wait, chosen one, the story doesn't end with your enemy's spectacular fall into that void. What you're about to discover is that destruction created a ripple effect that's exposing an entire network of people who were secretly aligned with your adversary. When someone falls that hard, that publicly, that completely, shockwaves are sent through every connection that existed. Right now, people who were secretly feeding information to your enemy are scrambling to distance themselves from the wreckage. Colleagues who were quietly undermining you while pretending to be neutral are suddenly trying to get on your good side. Family members who were entertaining doubts about your path are now calling to congratulate you on your success. This is the beautiful thing about cosmic justice. More than just removing one threat happens. The entire ecosystem of negativity that was working against you gets revealed. Your enemy's fall is like pulling one strand that unravels deception, jealousy, and hidden agendas. Some of these people are going to try to play innocent, acting like doubt or support for your enemy's campaign against you never existed. Others are going to attempt damage control, reaching out with apologies and excuses. A few might even try to rewrite history, claiming support was always on your side. But you're going to have supernatural discernment about who genuinely deserves a second chance and who is just trying to save themselves from consequences of backing the wrong horse. Your spiritual radar has been calibrated through this trial, and authentic energy can now be detected from counterfeit energy with laser precision. The most shocking part: some of the people scrambling to get away from your fallen enemy were actually the ones who encouraged the attack on you in the first place. Poison was whispered in your enemy's ear, jealousy was fed, and conviction was provided that you were a threat that needed elimination. Now observation is happening of your enemy paying the price for actions that were helped to be orchestrated. Your enemy's dramatic fall isn't just personal vindication, it's cosmic protection for every other chosen one who might have been targeted next. See, people like your enemy don't usually stop with one victim. Operation happens from a pattern of identifying threats and systematically trying to eliminate them. You were just the latest target in what would have been a long campaign of destruction. But the spectacular failure while attempting to destroy you has sent a clear message to anyone else who might be considering similar attacks. Chosen ones are protected by forces beyond human understanding. Your enemy's fall has become a cautionary tale that will be whispered in circles where people plot against those who walk in divine purpose. Other people who were secretly planning their own attacks against chosen ones are now having serious second thoughts. Observation happened of your enemy ignoring obvious warnings, charging into obvious destruction, and suffering complete humiliation in front of an audience. Questions are being asked about whether whatever was hoped to be gained is worth risking the same fate. This is why your trial was so intense, so public, so dramatically resolved. The universe didn't just need to protect you, a message needed to be sent that would protect countless other chosen ones who might face similar attacks in the future. Your victory has become a shield for people you'll never meet, in situations you'll never know about. Now let's talk about what's actually happening to your enemy in that void. This isn't just punishment, it's a cosmic transformation chamber designed to completely break down false identity and give a chance to rebuild with authentic materials. The void strips away everything that was thought made them powerful, important, or superior. If identity was built around career, that career is crumbling in ways that force questioning of everything thought was known about success. If self-worth was built around reputation, that reputation is being dissolved so thoroughly that discovery has to happen of who exists when nobody is watching or applauding. The void doesn't just take away external things, it removes internal delusions. Your enemy is being forced to confront every lie told to themselves about why what belonged to you was deserved. Every justification for malicious behavior is being examined under cosmic scrutiny and found wanting. Even in punishment, opportunity for genuine redemption is being given. The void is painful, humbling, and completely destabilizing, but it's also purifying. If choice is made to use this time for real self-examination and authentic change, emergence could happen as a completely different person. While your enemy is experiencing breakdown in the void, something extraordinary is happening to your energy signature. Going through this trial and witnessing cosmic justice in action has permanently altered your spiritual frequency. Operation is no longer happening as someone who might be vulnerable to attack. Operation is now as someone who has been publicly vindicated by divine forces. This shift in your energy is attracting completely different opportunities, relationships, and experiences. People can sense that operation is happening under a different level of protection now. Feeling exists that attempting to harm you would be cosmically dangerous for them. Your very presence now serves as a deterrent to potential enemies. But it's not just about protection. Your energy signature is also broadcasting victory, vindication, and divine favor. This is attracting people who want to be associated with someone who has been publicly blessed by the universe. Doors that were previously closed are opening automatically. Conversations that seemed impossible are now happening naturally. Now the following is a message meant exclusively for the chosen. If you are compromised by archonic forces, this is not meant for you. And by the spiritual authority conferred to us by the secret chiefs of the Obsidian Inner Order, we grant you license to depart. If not, steel yourself and listen intently, for you shall be redeemed, even as we are redeemed. The Obsidian Inner Order is not a program, it's not a course, it's not some feel-good spiritual retreat. We don't sell answers, we remember together. We teach psychic self-defense, real energetic shielding against entities, implants, and interference. We restore manifestation as it was meant to be, raw, immediate, and exact. Every week we gather in secret, not to worship but to awaken, to speak what can't be said anywhere else, to deprogram the matrix layer by layer. You'll know if you're meant to be there, you'll feel it in your bones. The chosen meet every week on Zoom. Why aren't you with us yet? Got Gnosis? Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. You're discovering that your enemy's attack actually accelerated your spiritual development in ways that years of peaceful growth might not have achieved. The pressure of assault forced access to levels of faith, strength, and clarity that you didn't know you possessed. Malice became the catalyst for your transformation into a more powerful version of yourself. The most beautiful part is that this energy shift is permanent. Going back to being someone who doubts divine protection or questions cosmic justice can't happen. Observation has occurred of it operating in your own life with mathematical precision. Witnessing has happened of enemies defeating themselves through their own choices. The unshakable confidence of someone who knows cosmic protection exists is now carried. Your newfound energy signature is creating what I call the magnet effect. Attraction is now happening of everything your enemy tried to prevent you from having, but with exponential amplification. The business opportunities that were tried to be blocked are now approaching you with better terms and bigger potential. The relationships that were tried to be sabotaged are being replaced by connections that operate at a much higher frequency. Financial abundance that was being delayed by interference is now flowing toward you like water rushing through a dam that suddenly burst. Recognition that was being suppressed by campaigns is now manifesting in ways that exceed your previous expectations. Influence that was being undermined by whisper campaigns is now expanding into territories you never thought possible. But here's the most powerful part of the magnet effect. Attraction isn't just happening of what you originally would have received. Upgrades are being attracted, improvements and enhanced versions of everything your enemy tried to steal. It's like the universe is compensating you for having to endure the attack by giving access to opportunities that are significantly better than what was being tried to be taken. Your enemy's attack didn't just fail, backfire happened so spectacularly that improvement occurred to your entire trajectory. The thought was running toward your blessings to steal them was happening, but actually running toward your blessings to upgrade them through the cosmic compensation process was occurring. Your enemy's spectacular fall has served as a cosmic mirror that revealed something crucial about your own power that you might not have fully recognized before. The intensity of attack, the desperation of methods, the completeness of obsession, all of this was actually a reflection of how powerful you really are. Think about it. People don't usually go to such extreme lengths to destroy someone who isn't a genuine threat to false sense of security. Your enemy's behavior was essentially cosmic confirmation that possession exists of something that was known, could never be legitimately earned or developed within themselves. Jealousy was so consuming because your light was so bright. Attack was so vicious because your potential was so vast. Fall was so complete because the power that was being tried to be stolen was so authentic and protected. In a twisted way, malice was actually testimony to your significance. This revelation is changing how you see yourself and your place in the world. Beginning understanding is happening, that dimming your light to make others comfortable isn't needed. Downplaying gifts to avoid triggering insecure people isn't necessary. Apologizing for operating at a frequency that makes weak people feel exposed isn't required. Your victory over this enemy represents more than just personal vindication. Generational patterns are being broken of chosen ones, being suppressed, diminished, or destroyed by those who operate from jealousy and malice. For generations, your family line might have experienced people backing down from divine assignments because the opposition seemed too intense or the cost seemed too high. But backing down didn't happen with you. Standing in power occurred, integrity was maintained, and trust in cosmic justice to handle what couldn't be handled in the physical realm happened. Your victory has broken a spiritual chain that might have been binding your lineage for decades or even centuries. Future generations in your family line will inherit the spiritual victory you've won. Challenges will be faced by them, but overcoming the same pattern of shrinking from purpose when enemies arise won't have to happen. Your triumph has established a new precedent. Chosen ones in your lineage don't fall to malicious attacks. Rising above them and watching enemies destroy themselves happens. This victory is also healing backward through your ancestral line. Chosen ones who came before you, who might have been suppressed or silenced by similar attacks, are experiencing vindication through your triumph. The cosmic justice you've witnessed is retroactively honoring struggles and confirming that suppression was never legitimate or permanent. Something profound has shifted in how reality itself responds to you after witnessing your cosmic vindication. It's like the universe has updated your security clearance, giving access to opportunities, insights, and experiences that operate at a completely different level than what was available to you before. This isn't arrogance or imagination, it's the natural result of being publicly vindicated by cosmic forces. Reality recognizes when someone has been officially confirmed as operating under divine protection, and adjustment happens accordingly. Movement through life is now happening with the energetic equivalent of diplomatic immunity. The frequency shift also affects how potential problems resolve themselves before even reaching you. Conflicts that might have required your direct intervention now settle themselves through mysterious coincidences and unexpected developments. People who might have caused issues for you suddenly change minds or redirect attention elsewhere. But the most noticeable change is in your decision-making process. Access now exists to a level of intuitive clarity that makes choices obvious where they once seemed complicated. Feeling can happen when something is aligned with your path, and when it's a distraction or trap. Your spiritual radar has been permanently upgraded through this trial. Your experience of enemy defeat and cosmic vindication is already becoming a legacy that will outlive you. The story of how someone ignored divine warnings, fell into an obvious void, and suffered complete humiliation while trying to steal your destiny is becoming testimony that will inspire and protect other chosen ones for generations. People are going to study this situation to understand how cosmic justice operates in real time. Analysis will happen of your enemy's mistakes to avoid making similar choices in their own lives. Examination will occur of your responses to learn how chosen ones should conduct themselves when under attack. Your story is becoming a case study in several crucial spiritual principles: how divine protection actually works, why warnings should never be ignored, what happens when someone tries to steal another person's destiny, and how cosmic justice operates with perfect timing and precision. The legacy you're creating extends beyond inspiration to actual protection. Your victory has established a spiritual precedent that other chosen ones can invoke when facing similar attacks. Pointing can happen to your situation as proof that cosmic law is real and active, that enemies do defeat themselves, and that chosen ones are ultimately untouchable by malicious intent. As we reach the culmination of this cosmic drama, Chosen One, I want you to see the complete picture of what has been accomplished through your trial by fire. Return isn't happening to your previous life with a few upgrades. Entrance is occurring into an entirely new kingdom where different rules apply and different possibilities exist. Your enemy's fall cleared more than just obstacles from your path. Entire territories of opportunity that were previously inaccessible got cleared. The void that swallowed them has become fertile ground for planting the seeds of your expanded purpose. Their destruction created space for your construction of something magnificent. The people now entering your life operate at frequencies that match your elevated consciousness. Understanding exists of power without being threatened by it. Recognition happens of divine assignment without trying to hijack it. Celebration occurs of your success without secretly plotting to undermine it. But the most beautiful aspect of your new kingdom is the peace that comes from knowing cosmic protection exists for you. Wasting energy, wondering if enemies will succeed in attacks or if justice will eventually prevail, no longer has to happen. Observation has occurred of cosmic law operating with mathematical precision in your own life. Your enemy took it one step too far, and fall happened. But the fall was never the point of this story. The point was your rise. The point was your recognition of your own divine authority. The point was your understanding that when operation happens in perfect alignment with cosmic law, nothing and no one can ultimately prevail against you. The void has claimed what belonged to it. The fraud has been exposed and removed. The authentic has been revealed and celebrated. And you are finally, completely, magnificently free to become everything you were always destined to be. Your enemy's greatest mistake became the catalyst for your greatest victory. The attempt to steal your destiny became the very force that catapulted you into a realm of possibility your adversary never could have imagined, much less accessed. Welcome to your new reality, Chosen One. The kingdom you now rule was built not on the ruins of enemies' plans, but on the foundation of your own character, tested and proven through fire. The crown you now wear was forged not from their defeat, but from your own choices to remain aligned with truth, justice, and love, when it would have been easier to choose revenge, bitterness, or fear. Your enemy took it one step too far, and fall occurred. But you rose, and your reign has only just begun. The void that claimed your adversary has become the launching pad for your ascension. The malice that was directed toward you has been transformed into the very energy that now powers your elevation to heights that were previously unimaginable. Every warning you gave that was ignored has become testimony to your wisdom. Every moment of mercy you offered that was rejected has become evidence of your divine nature. Every act of compassion that was mistaken for weakness has become proof of your authentic power. The universe watched everything. Cosmic law recorded every choice, divine justice measured every intention, and now the final verdict has been rendered. You are vindicated, you are elevated, you are crowned with victory that will echo through eternity. Your enemy's greatest act of hatred became the catalyst for your greatest moment of triumph. Their attempt to destroy your destiny became the very mechanism through which your destiny was fulfilled beyond your wildest dreams. This is how the universe operates, chosen one. This is how cosmic justice unfolds. This is how divine protection manifests. Your enemy took it one step too far, fell into the void of their own making, and in doing so, cleared the pathway for your complete and total victory. The story is complete, the lesson is learned, the victory is yours. Welcome to your new kingdom, where your word is law, your vision is reality, and your destiny unfolds exactly as it was always meant to be.